A common trait I've observed among successful individuals is their tendency to retreat from the world for extended periods of time. This allows them to focus entirely on themselves and on their vision. They concentrate intensively on a single significant goal, turning it into reality. When I hear people say, "I don't know what I want," I often think that they truly mean, "I'm not willing to put in the effort to get what it is that I desire." It's not that you're unsure of what you want. Rather, you might be avoiding to put in the necessary work required to achieve it. I may not have always had a clear vision on what it is I wanted to accomplish in life. Honestly, I'm still figuring that out. I think it's something that we don't necessarily have to know by a certain age, contrary to what we are constantly hearing on social media. Everyone telling you that if you aren't crystal clear on your future, you're gonna end up a failure. I don't personally believe that. I believe we evolve daily, and as we gain experience and work on different things and pursue different passions, that experience compounds over time, and we slowly start to move towards our life's purpose. But what I could say, and what I have always been clear on, is those things that I don't like or want in my life. Among them, I would say that I have never wanted a conventional job. I dislike the routine, and I'm not fond of physical demands. And I also don't enjoy being in a relationship or having a mindset that doesn't quite align with my true self. These realizations make it easy for me to pursue entrepreneurship. And in one way or another, it's what I've been doing for many years now. I've tried different avenues, ventures in different business models, and I've learned a lot from many mistakes and failed ventures. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that at this moment in life, I'm a notably successful entrepreneur. I haven't amassed any significant wealth, and I haven't reached those high levels of entrepreneurship like many people you see on social media. I live a fairly regular life with moderate income. But what I can honestly say is that I've been able to function independently for many years now. I can't remember the last time I had a regular 9-to-5 job that I didn't want to be in. And through all of my failures, I've taken a world of lessons with me that I apply in my current business ventures. And I can also say confidently that I have never given up on my goals of sustaining myself through entrepreneurship. And I'm confident that if I continue my path with determination, resilience, the proper mindset and intelligence, I have no doubt that I will be able to reach all of my goals that I'm currently pursuing. Regardless of how many times I failed, this journey ultimately has allowed me to cultivate a peaceful and growth-oriented mindset. And I have learned to embrace the gradual increase in responsibility and the constant challenges that arise. Honestly, I feel stronger with every passing day. Everyone intuitively knows that some version of this path is necessary for self-improvement and escaping a life we do not want. Your psyche craves self-actualization and transcendence. Deep down, your true self desires these things, but your ego is easily distracted by what it thinks it wants. And that's the core issue. You lack a method to focus your mind. You don't have a plan for the future that outweighs the distractions in your life, causing you to struggle with maintaining long-term perspective and keeping you trapped in an endless cycle of short-term, stress-inducing tasks. Imagine the impact of having a single framework guiding your success, a reference point you can turn to whenever you feel lost. That's what we're going to explore today. You need a plan. Write down exactly what you want in your future. Don't skip any details. Then break it down into goals for decades, years, months, weeks, and days. Every day, write down 3 specific actions you can take to bring your vision closer to reality. A dream without clarity is frankly a nightmare. From the day you were born, you've been assigned goals that have shaped how you perceive the world. Your goals form your identity, leading you to acquire skills that help you achieve them and recognize opportunities that align with these goals. Everything you experience is filtered through the conscious or unconscious goals guiding the systems forming in your mind. If we want to build a full life of meaning, wealth, and impact, we must pursue our ideal future. Create a story worth telling and pass that journey on to those ready to receive it. After a decade of navigating between creative success and failure, I've developed a framework that will bring you success in anything you choose to do. This framework is a result of multidisciplinary study, incorporating principles and patterns from marketing, sales, human behavior, peak performance, and psychology. You can use these methods to help guide you through life. You'll rely on it when you want to change your life, start a new business, build a product, write a tweet, create a newsletter, or craft a leading page. When you want to have a meaningful conversation, you can also implement these methods. Rule 1, define your anti-vision. Your anti-vision is the life you do not want to live. A positive fear mechanism that pushes you into action. Start a running list of experiences you never want to repeat. The topics you don't care to learn, the tasks you don't care to complete, and the arguments you don't wish to engage in. You won't eliminate them instantly, but you will identify them as problems that you need to solve. This approach mirrors what you do in business when creating a product. You identify a problem and create a solution. You can't change unless you're aware of the problem, and you won't change unless you fully understand how that problem impacts your life. Rule 2, having a vision. Without a vision, you're navigating life without a compass. You won't be able to create desired outcomes, leaving you trapped in a life of predetermined results. Every decision in your life must be filtered through your vision to bring meaning to your actions and minimize distractions. Write down exactly what you want out of life. Don't skip any details, but understand that this is a continual process. As you live, grow, and encounter new experiences, your vision will transform as you develop as an individual. Embrace this change and trust in your own intuition. You won't get it perfect the first time, and that's okay. Spend 30 minutes creating a minimal, viable vision for whatever it is you're trying to build. Start with your life's vision, then revisit it often, adding and subtracting and refining as needed. Rule 3, your mission. Your mission is the most important thing in your life. It bridges the gap between what you want and what you don't want, between your vision and your anti-vision. Anything that doesn't align with your mission should be treated as a distraction. Your mission evolves as you become more aware of new beliefs, opportunities, and knowledge. Your mission requires faith. You can't see the next step until you take the first. And once you do, the second step may be entirely different from what you imagine. Don't allow yourself to become discouraged if things don't play out exactly as you envisioned them. Life is unpredictable and works in mysterious ways. Just make sure you stay on a path that leads you to further development and constantly assess that the direction you are moving in coincides with your goals, your vision, and your principles. Rule 4, standards. You're not where you want to be because you're content with where you are. Don't settle for your situation. Accept it so you can move forward. Standards are absorbed from our environment, the friends you spend time with, the books you read, the media you consume, the parents who raised you, and the teachers who believed they knew it all. All these factors shape the standards in your mind that filter information, helping you make decisions. If your standards for how much money you have in your bank account is $10, you won't see anything above that as a problem. And this implies to your nutrition as well. If you're content with having just $10 in your bank account, you're likely content with eating junk food every day. It doesn't matter whether you can afford nutritious food or not. What matters is whether you're content with your situation and doing something to change it. You can be okay with being broke and having a terrible car, but that mindset sets you up for failure. You won't change because you don't see it as a problem. To create a solution, you need to be aware of the problem. If you're not aware of the problem with your car, you'll wait for a catastrophic event, then spend money to fix it. And now you're stuck for a long time until things normalize again. Unless you use that catastrophic moment to change your life, you'll just endure the pain until things return to normal. And you'll go back to being okay with having $10 in your bank account and never changing because you didn't see the catastrophe as a real problem and you didn't believe in yourself enough to change it. Rule 5, goals. Big goals provide direction. Small goals provide clarity. You don't need motivation when the task in front of you is so simple that you can't help but to complete it. Break down your vision into goals by decade, year, months, weeks, and days. These goals guide you, but they don't control you. Be firm with your vision, but flexible with the details. Your goals will evolve as you do. and that's perfectly fine. And remember, write everything down. If you're not writing things down right now, ask yourself, what are you doing? Rule 6, projects. Learning comes from struggle, not memorization. You need a series of tangible projects to bring your vision to life. Turn your goals into projects. Create a blueprint, set milestones, establish deadlines, and outline areas of research. Build, then learn. Start the project, expose your lack of knowledge and skills, and use that as a reference point for your education. Rule 7, education. You're not what you want to be because you're not as knowledgeable as you think you are. Each project requires a specific skill set and mindset to complete. Education is essential to achieving your goals and completing projects towards your vision. Daily self-education must become a cornerstone habit in your life. If you stop learning, you stop evolving. Opportunities stop presenting themselves, and you become trapped in your current stage of development. Education fuels experimentation, and without experimentation, you're just following what others tell you to do. Rule 8, limitations. A fool becomes rich at the expense of everything good in life. A creative person becomes rich by making choices. Limitations on your goals force creativity. The question is, what are you unwilling to sacrifice to achieve your goals? The creative challenge arises when you attempt to achieve your goals without betraying your vision. You become wealthy without sacrificing your family. You become healthy without sacrificing your work. You become valuable without giving up what makes life worth living. Rule 9, levers. Every day you need priority tasks that move you closer to your projects, goals, and vision from the ground up. These tasks are often seen as boring fundamentals unless you cultivate a sense of mastery in what you do. See each day as practice and a process rather than an outcome, or it becomes tedious. Do what needs to be done, but hold your vision as the anchor in the unknown. If you're not making progress, it's because you're not moving the right levers. These levers will vary depending on what you are building. But if you're focused on content creation, a fundamental lever is and will always be writing. It's the starting point of all content, planning, and strategy. So if you're trying to build a business, especially an online business, and you're not writing or getting your work in front of people, you're not making any progress. Rule 10, challenge. When a beginner plays against a master, neither of them enjoy the experience. The novice feels anxious and the master becomes bored. When your skill perfectly matches the challenges at hand, the world fades away and you move forward with grace. Challenge is the source of enjoyment, and enjoyment is found on that fine line between boredom and anxiety at the edge of your abilities. Often, the path to a meaningful life is found with a simple shift in perspective. Rule 11, curiosity. Be open to deviating from your path to discover new possibilities. It's easy to lock yourself into a mechanical routine, the very thing you sought to escape. Embrace curiosity, dive deep into your interests, and let few questions go unanswered. Avoid becoming stuck in rigid paradigms and beliefs that narrow your mind to a single idealized path. Your vision is like a battery. It needs to be fueled by experience, education, and an occasional misdirection. Rule 12, experimentation. If you only follow the same path as everyone else, you're bound to achieve the same results as everyone else. Research the processes others have used to succeed. Experiment with different techniques to see which one works best for you, and create your own approach that you can stick with. In fitness, try different training and nutrition programs. In relationships, consider therapy or self-help books. In business, try cold outreach or organic content. Avoid becoming dogmatic about a single right way because frankly, there isn't any. Never become an absolutist. There's only your way. People can't teach you exactly what to do, how to write, or how to start a business. They can only share how they did it. And you can use their examples to mold out your own blueprint and path. When you find yourself lost, go through all 12 of these rules. When your relationship is failing, follow this process. When your business isn't taking off, apply this framework. When you feel lost, use this method. Every successful interaction with reality starts and ends with a clear vision of what you want, an understanding on how to achieve it, and the creativity to execute and obtain rare results. Let's conclude by discussing how to make better decisions now that you have this framework. How will you take action? Remember, your future self is watching every move you make. You're not where you want to be because you didn't make the choices that will lead to a purposeful career, fulfilling relationship, or a healthy aesthetic body. Who you are right now is the result of your past choices. So if you want to take control of your future, your choices are the most critical thing in the world. There are two things you can consider: who you want to become, which involves zooming out and seeing the broader picture, and the choices that will take you there, which requires zooming in and focusing on the present. The good life is built by constantly reminding yourself of your vision and programming the identity that will actualize it through aligned actions. Better decisions come from balancing perspectives and perception. Every day, zoom out and remind yourself of what it is you don't want. You don't need to focus on what you want because that will become apparent through your choices. Keep that vision at the forefront of your mind and don't let distractions intervene. When a decision arises, zoom out and align it with your future goals. Then, be decisive. Make the choice, allow failure into your life so you can correct your course next time. Awareness is key. You don't have to quit all of your bad habits immediately. You just need to view them and their consequences through the lens of your vision long enough to inspire change.